Good morning. Thank you for coming, Writer Echo. Today is April 21st, 2021. Temperature is this morning 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I think it's chilly for the spring weather. By the way, there was a big cold in Texas 2 months ago. This is a short article I wrote when it was getting cold. The sound of rain, pududuk pududuk, the sound of wind circling and buzzing. The noise continued throughout the night. In the meantime, the warm weather has changed and the morning temperature has reached -4 degrees Celsius. I wondered if the 열무 were doing well in a field the size of a palm. It rained from the beginning of the evening yesterday. Everything froze as the temperature dropped from dawn. Everything that was wet was frozen. The road and the trees, the leaves of branches, and even mailbox were covered with thin ice like a shawl. It was slippery on the road because it was ice. I walked up on the grass to watch out for slipping or falling. The grass was also different from usual. The grass is frozen with the rain soaked in it. The grass was covered with white ice powder. As I walked on the grass, I heard the sound of shagagak, shagagak, ice crushing. Every time I step on, I like the feeling of going off and then climbing again. Step by step, comfortably, stepping on the grasses, I went to the place where there was a 열무. 3 times this winter there was a cold. It was a dry cold. At that time, 열무 didn't die and held up well. As I came up with the spirited, I approached them, hoping that they would endure well. Contrary to my expectations, the leaves were all frozen. It has been raining since the evening, and that it quickly freezed due to the lowered temperatures. 열무 were using textured, sugary syrup upside down. I finally knew it was a day when I had to pick it up 열무. I knew that 열무 couldn't withstand the freezing cold of water. When I pulled out 열무 and brushed it, the piece of ice that had been coated fell. The seedlings in the ground were the size of an egg. The ground was warm, so it didn't freeze. I sowed 열무 seeds at the beginning of autumn, and it was wonderful that it was endured the cold and has grown so far. Whenever go down below zero, it is time to pick it up, but it was holding up well and holding up firmly. During that time, it grew green and it was fun to look at it. I let them grow up by cheering. I enjoyed watching. The joy is over now. I had gathered in a small colander. Thank you for listening.